I've just taken a 2.5-hour drive to Whitstable, where I'm going to be glamping. Because of what's going on with the travel restrictions at the moment, I've decided that I want to take a little bit of a weekend break away, a staycation, so to speak. And I was thinking about camping, but the weather hasn't really been that great, to be perfectly honest. So I was looking at other options, and I've actually decided that I'm going to be glamping. So I'm here at the Seaview Holiday Park in Whitstable in Kent. And rather than staying in a caravan or a chalet, I've actually booked to stay in a shed. Well, actually, to be perfectly honest, it's a pod. At 4 o'clock, we checked in, which was nice and easy. Okay, it's 4 o'clock. I've got my key to get into the pod behind me, and we are in number 13. Let's go and see what it's like in here. Here we go. Oh, it's like being in a sauna. So we have a bunk bed, we've got a table and some chairs, we've got a double bed just here, and we've got curtains. Thank goodness we've got curtains. We've got a heater, and on top of that we've got a bin. Where's the electric for my phone? I believe there's the electric, just there. It's like a little Scandinavian sauna here. I think we're going to be relatively comfortable. It smells of new wood, so to speak. I'm looking forward to it. Well, we've unloaded the car now, and lovely Chris has come down and joined us from Ramsgate, which is just up the road, and we're now having a nice glass of Vino Blanco out of a proper glass. But unfortunately, Joe has got the mug.
Having a cup of tea. I don't drink alcohol.
Joe apparently doesn't drink alcohol, so he's having a nice cup of tea. Cheers. Right, 2 bottles of wine later, and it's barbecue time. Joe's making a salad.
Feeding the rabbit.
Cursing because he doesn't like lettuce. And I've got the barbecue on the go over here. Luckily, we're right by the sea wall, so we're not smoking any of our neighbours out.
Good night, everybody. I'm in the shed. It is raining quite heavily, and we're really very close to the sea wall, and there is a storm coming in. It's quite heavy on top, but it's lovely actually. I've got to say, I feel really nice being so close to the sea. Do you know what I mean? I love it. It's so lovely. Anyway, good night, and I'll see you in the morning.
Well, last night it was a bit stormy in the pod, and neither of us actually slept particularly well, but today's a really nice day, so we've woken up just cooking breakfast right now, which is going to be bacon, eggs, beans and sausages. How adventurous am I? So there is no cooking facilities in these pods, so you have to bring everything yourself or eat out. But I kind of do recommend you get one of these like camping stoves. I got this one actually in Aldi, and it was like, I think £15. I can't remember. I got it last year. But yeah, it does the job. It just takes the cans of gas, which you just clip in. It's relatively easy to use, but I've got to pre-warn you, if you do get one of these, just don't expect the gas to last long, because they don't. This is what they look like. These little canisters. So you should get a cup of tea and your breakfast out of one can, fingers crossed. After cooking breakfast, it was now time to explore the coastline and walk to Herne Bay. If you look carefully, right behind the wind farm over there, it's a red sand fort, and you can see a cargo ship on the horizon. Now, when I was on the Greta tool ship, which goes from Whitstable Harbour, and you can watch a video actually about the Morsel Sea Forts when I visited that a while back on my YouTube channel. Well, anyway, we went out to the Morsel Sea Forts, and the skipper was telling me that it was really foggy, and there was a bell sort of tolling in the background, and the sea mist came down really quickly, and all of a sudden he couldn't see anything. As the mist cleared, this huge cargo ship came through the fog, and it was really impressive, scary but eerie. The weather here is so unpredictable. 1 minute it's sunny, the next minute it's raining. And Joe has gone and left his brolly on a bench, haven't you, Joe?
Yep.
We're roughly about halfway towards Herne Bay now, and the weather's been on and off, so make sure you do pack a jacket, particularly if it's not in the middle of summer. So we're just at these beach huts here. We've got a great view of the pier, which is right behind me. Now this actually, the centre part of the pier collapsed in 1973 because of the big storms. This beach here apparently is renowned for having torpedoes and whales turning up on it as well. This building here is known as the Red Shelter. It was built in 1923. It's just behind Queensbridge Drive here in Herne Bay, and it was actually built to shelter the residents here from the wind and rain when obviously the bad weather came in very quickly. Dominating the seafront of the town of Herne Bay is the pier. Now at the end of the pier there's rides and amusements. You can enjoy a drink or have a cup of tea, but there's also lots of pop-up shops as well for you to explore. The town itself is steeped in history and there's lots of historic buildings for you to admire. A bit further down the coastline is Reculver Towers and Roman Fort. It's a medieval church and it dominates the coastline. Wow, this building here is nearly 2,000 years old. It was built just after 200 AD and it was used as a Roman fort. But since then, it's also been a Christian monastery. It's lovely, it just dominates the whole of the coastline around here. From Herne Bay, you can see it right the way down over there towards Ramsgate and Margate. Yesterday we took a walk along the coast all the way to Herne Bay. Today we're going the opposite direction towards Whitstable, which is a fishing port. This nice twee town, so to speak. I'm going to have an oyster, I think. So where we're actually glamping, we're slap bang in between Whitstable and Herne Bay. And Whitstable is around about 2.5 miles down the coast one way, and Herne Bay is 2.5 miles the other way. So it takes around about 45 minutes to get to your destination. But it is a lovely walk, and I'm just going through this conservation area. This area that I'm in here right now is actually an area of scientific interest because there are some rare species of insects that can be found here. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with some of these beach huts as I walk down here. They've got balconies, you've got a storage area to keep your boat. You can sit up there, put a table and chairs and just show off to the world that you've got yourself a nice little beach hut. But they're wonderful actually. And some people have painted them bright colours or colours of ice creams, pastel colours, or they've even put murals on the side as well. Whitstable is a small fishing port in Kent, famous for its oysters. These are the oyster nets. Around the port itself are the oyster companies, and some have even turned their businesses into tourist attractions and restaurants. We're here at the Lobster Shack. Okay, well, when you're in Whitstable, you've got to do what the locals do, and I've decided I'm going to try one of these things. I've never really had one, to be honest. This is a Whitstable oyster.
I'm going to show you what to do.
What are you supposed to do, Joe? I'm going to watch you do it.
You take a bit of this, which is chili. This one, which is chili and onions. You pour that on top, which is quite hot. And you take one of these.
Oh, don't get it on my phone.
Take one of these. And you go 1, 2, 3.
Oh no! What about all the juices?
You don't chew it, you make sure it goes straight down. You put the juice in.
Well, here we go.
Put some hot sauce in, or some lemon juice.
So I'm going to put a little. What's this one?
Probably chili.
This is chili. Right, that's chili. And this is.
That's something an onion, I'm not sure what. It's quite chili as well.
Put a little bit of that on.
You take your time.
I squeeze a little bit of lemon. I sound like an expert, aren't I? A little bit of lemon on there.
And you don't chew it, just follow it straight down. No, you need this. You need this to get it out.
Can I just like just
no.
tip it back?
No, let's stop the thing. It won't. No, you.
No, it will. It'll slither down.
It won't. It's stuck. You need to get it all together first. Now, that's it. Get going.
Oh, look at it.
Oh, look at her.
It's an acquired taste, isn't it, really?
As well as being famous for its fishing, Whitstable is also famous for its artists, and the town itself hosts lots of little galleries and art shops. One place worth exploring is the local Wetherspoons. It's a converted cinema, it's called the Peter Cushing, and it's named after a famous resident, the actor from the Hammer horror films. Inside the pub, it's very art deco, and there's lots of movie memorabilia for you to look at.
Well, it's the end of my little staycation break here in Kent, and I've decided just to come and say goodbye to the sea, as you do, with a nice pint of beer. I'm on this at the moment rather than New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It seems to be going okay, but I've seen what looks like a seal on the sand dunes in the distance. Just wish I had my binoculars. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this staycation vlog. If you did, please do click on the subscribe button at the bottom of the screen and check out all my other videos, as well as that, some of my live streams that I do as well. Thanks for watching.